Hey y'all, man. Black women's love for Chris Brown has got to be studied. Just like black women's love for butter pecan ice cream, like they got to be studied. Black women's love for Chris Brown has got to be studied. Cause Chris got a hold on y'all like I've never seen before. Like seriously, black women will turn on Usher before they turn on Chris Brown. Like I don't. What is it about? I mean, damn. And again, I'm a man, so like whatever, right? Shit, the stuff that y'all will be into, whatever. But I want to make a point. I've seen women call anybody in a picture with Diddy guilty. Guilty by association. Anybody at one of Diddy's parties is guilty by association, right? The moment Chris Brown's picture popped up, I just saw it just before I made this video. Oh, you should see the black women under there putting their cape on for Chris Brown. Not Chris. I highly doubt this one. Chris would never. Chris would never. Not my Chris Brown. Not Chris. He would never do that. Chris would never. Chris would never do that. Chris would never. He would never let Diddy. He would never be doing what Diddy want other people to do. He would never fall under Diddy's spell. He's too strong-minded. He's too brilliant of a man to do what Diddy want him to do. Chris. Not my. I said, man, they get the Chris Brown splaining. And do I think Chris ever did anything wrong? No. I don't think Chris, when I say ever did anything wrong, do I think Chris ever did something bad with Diddy or nothing? No, I don't. Chris did a lot of wrong shit, like a lot that women give him passes for all the time. But I've covered that in my previous videos. But do I think Chris did anything with Diddy? No. But it's a lot of people that I don't think did anything with Diddy that are just in pictures with him because he's Diddy. Y'all would have took pictures with Diddy back in the day, right? That don't mean y'all was involved in the heinous stuff that he's accused of. Just because a person was at a Diddy party, they guilty now. Bro, do you know how many people went to Diddy parties because Diddy, it was just the it thing to do to be at the party? Yo, he got an all-white party come through. Everybody of the who's gonna be there. People just be pulling up. A lot of y'all would have went to the party because, again, it wasn't so widely known that Diddy was into all this freak-off stuff 15 years ago. Now, the last 5 years, a lot of stuff it wasn't known to it wasn't as known, like I would say, is to the general public, more than people in his inner circle, I'm sure knew. But to the general public, we didn't know. We got put on a lot of this stuff that Diddy was allegedly on about 5 to 7 years ago. 15 years ago, you got people 15 years ago at a party, 10 years ago at a party that everybody would have went to. Now everybody guilty for being there. But not Chris Brown, no, not Chris. No, Chris was just there being a good old boy. He would never do nothing. Chris would never, he would never, be into no freak off type stuff. He does not. Chris, we know Chris. We know Chris heart, his mind, body, and spirit. He would. That's how the black women be. We know Chris mind, body, heart, his heart and spirit. He would never do that. I say this is crazy. This is crazy, man. Like I told y'all, black women's love for Chris Brown got to be studied because I've seen black women make domestic violence jokes to cover and cape for Chris Brown. That is crazy. Because women women right, they do not stand for no domestic violence. They don't make jokes about it or nothing. But when Chris and Rihanna's situation came up, do you know how many women I saw making jokes? Oh, Chris ain't beat that girl. They just had a fight and Chris won. He won the fight. Like that's some cool shit to say. Like that's acceptable to say. Like that's just something you should be saying in the first place, fam. That is wild to even be having that come out your mouth. Chris just won the fight. He was the better man. He came out the better man in the fight. Like, just crazy. Y'all seen these jokes. They had a fight and Chris won. Like, what? I've seen women allow Chris to reveal who he had sex with in the middle of a beef. And if anybody else would have did that, they would have been corny as hell. Chris, in the middle of his beef with Quavo, revealed that he slept with Sweetie. And it don't matter. Y'all would have never given nobody else no pass for that. If Bow Wow would have got into a whole beef with Quavo and revealed he slept with Sweetie, y'all would have called Bow Wow the corniest of corny from the beginning of time to now. And don't come in the comment section talking about, no, because Quavo started it. No, Quavo could have started it with Bow Wow. And if Bow Wow revealed who he slept with, he slept with Sweetie or something, y'all would have called Bow Wow corny. But y'all let Chris get a pass for it. Chris done been stalking Karrueche. She got a whole restraining order against Chris, and y'all let it ride. I don't know, y'all gonna be like, Mac, you got something against Chris Brown. No, it's just people just let Chris do whatever. Like, the way they will put on case for Chris, for real, man. Like, what? It's just crazy. Like, they be like, oh, Chris done stuff after putting hands on Rihanna. Like, you know what I mean? Trying to fight and crash out for against anybody who dates Karrueche. Anybody that was taking a picture with Karrueche, Chris was threatening them with gang violence, talking about he had owned fruits and on bond. We're just silly. Chris was a 22, 23-year-old gang member. Like, that shit is just clowned out. I'm sorry. I keep making that point. In Chicago, you join a gang in your 20s, you was a lame, you was a goofy. They not finna put you on. They gonna extort you, take all your money. You not finna be joining no gang in your 20s. Nor is a singing, dancing dude finna be in no gang. Not a dude that didn't grow up here anyway. But anyway, whatever, right? I'm not a gang member, nor do I want to engage in street politics, so I'm gonna just leave that alone, whatever. But my point is, I wanted to make a point that, boy, women will ride out for Chris. Like, women will defend Chris before they defend Michael Jackson, before they defend their own damn daddy. Chris, riding strong for Chris. I say, now, I didn't see the same girls I didn't see accuse everybody of being guilty by association, right? They see people, if anybody got a picture with Diddy, they be, oh, he needs to get looked at too. He needs to get looked at too. Oh, he was at a Diddy party. We need to be looking into him too. Oh, his name on the list too. The moment a picture of Chris Brown and Diddy came up, oh, no, not Chris. No, not Chris. But like I said, man, I don't think it's a lot of people that I think just took pictures with Diddy, was at the parties because it was Diddy, and Diddy was the it factor. He was the dude. You know what I mean? And people was taking pictures with R. Kelly back in the day. You know? For real. People taking pictures of R. Kelly, people taking pictures with Bill Cosby, all of them. Everybody, now you just guilty by association if you take a picture. You know what I mean? Do I think it was people in cahoots with Diddy? Sure, for sure. But everybody that took a picture with Diddy and was at the party, all of them guilty, like, no. Knock it off. But that's how y'all thinking. But again, I know y'all can talk all that now. I would have never been at the party. Man, listen. Y'all on here lying. 15 years ago, you get invited to a Diddy party. You like, yo, Diddy having his party at this venue over here. Y'all going. From men to women, y'all would have been going. And you're lying if you say you're not, you would have been going. Before we knew all this freak stuff about Diddy, before all this stuff came out, people would have been going to them parties. Not because you want to get freaky and all that. You just want to be in the party having a good time. You know the music going to be there. You know you're going to have the right music. You're going to have great food, great drinks. You know you're going to be up in there dancing and grooving. You know other celebrities going to be there. You know if you're a guy, you know other fine girls going to be up in there. If you're a girl, you know other dudes you might like or other ballers going to be up in there for you to catch or fish on, whatever. So it was that's just the case. But, you know, I've seen girls call everybody guilty that's in pictures with Diddy, call everybody guilty that's at the parties with Diddy. But when it came to Chris Brown, not Chris. Chris would never. He would never. And I'm like, man, like I even see women making excuses for Chris's coke habit or whatever. Well, whatever. Anyway, alleged coke habit, alleged. I'm not going to get sued on this channel. Alleged. Chris is a phenomenal artist, talented artist, phenomenal entertainer, phenomenal dancer. But the way, boy, black women will jump on him and shield him from all hurt, harm, and danger in protection like he was one of their own babies. One of their own, man. But, you know, I'm not going to say all black women. No, I'm not going to say that, man. I'm not going to say, because I never speak in absolutes. Even though I kind of did it in the video, because I just said black women. I should have said a lot of black women. But, yeah, I just saw that, and I'm like, I got to make a video about this, because this is crazy. Everybody, all that's in pictures be guilty. Same girls. He guilty, all the same girls. They'll point to a picture. Oh, he got a picture with him. He guilty. He got a picture with her. He guilty. She guilty. She guilty. He guilty. He guilty. But when it came to Chris, now we got to be rational about this, guys. We got to think about this. Not everybody. Chris is not one of them individuals. Not him. He would never. And that's where I get confused. Machiavelli Mills TV. I'm out. Peace.